Hello and welcome to this lecture. Today we are going to discuss the introduction to asthma and the pathogenesis of asthma. So, it is defined as the chronic inflammatory disorder of bronchial airways that result in airway obstruction in response to external stimuli. If we take a look of this definition, I have highlighted three main points or the three main characteristics of asthma. Number one, that it is a chronic inflammatory disorder. Why this happened? Because of airway obstruction due to contraction of the muscles, and that result in airway obstruction in response to external stimuli. So what will be the external stimuli? It could be allergen or it could be non-allergen. And when we talk about allergens, it could be caused because of some of the food. Sometime some people are allergic to peanuts or pollens. Sometimes some people are allergic to some pets, or it could be because of the non-allergenic responses, sometimes the hormonal. We will discuss later on. What are the characteristics of airways in asthmatic patients? Number one will be the airway hyperreactivity, and then the inflammation occur, and the third one is bronchospasm. What is airway hyperreactivity? It is known as abnormal sensitivity of the airways to a wide range of external stimuli. So, what is meant by this statement? We know that asthma occur by a wide variety of stimuli, such as air, pollen, food. So, the response to each external stimuli will be different, and we explain this in terms of airway hyperreactivity. So in some of the stimuli, the airway hyperreactivity will be extreme, will be more. In some of the stimuli, the airway hyperreactivity will be less. So that's how we differentiate the hyperreactivity or the severity of the hyperreactivity. Then the second thing is the inflammation, which result in swelling and thickness of the mucus production. And the third thing is the bronchospasm, which means constriction of the bronchial muscles. If you take a look of these pictures, and this is a normal airways, and these are the bronchial muscles. This is the airway wall. And what happened during asthma? The main thing is the narrowed airflow, because this is, you can see the airflow is open, but due to constriction of the bronchial muscles, this airway become small, and then along with the production of the mucus, and then inflammation occur in the airways. So the inflammation result in the thickness of the airway wall. As you can see, this airway wall and compared to the airway wall, this is normal, and due to inflammation it become increase in diameter. So that thickness result in constriction, which result in difficulty the air to pass, along with the production of the mucus, and that result in asthma. This is the cross section of the muscle, and you can see in normal airway wall, and in that case muscles become quite thick with, along with the presence of the mucus, so the space will be less for to air to cross, and that result in asthma. What are the clinical features of asthma? The clinical features are shortness of breath, chest tightness, wheezing, which is a sound of whistle, rapid respiration, and cough. How can we clinically identify patient having asthma? So the signs will be the expiratory wheezing, dry hacking cough, and when we see the laboratory findings, and the main test that we will use to diagnose asthma is to check FEV, and FVC. And FEV1 stand for force expiratory volume. So we will need to see the force expiratory volume, the ratio of force volume capacity, FVC. So the reduction of FEV ratio of FVC will be responsible to diagnose that patient has been having asthma, and spirometry will help to diagnose that ratio. The usual ratio is normally 0.75 to 0.80 in adult and more than 0.90 in children. What are the physiological features? Narrowing of the bronchial airways, as we discussed in the picture, marked increase in bronchial responsiveness to inhaled stimuli. Then the pathological features will be the production of lymphocytes, and eosinophilic inflammation will be found. It means a number of eosinophil will be produced, and that the increase of eosinophil is a stimulus or is an indication that uh, the asthma is caused by the allergen. Then remodeling of the bronchial wall, as we discussed in the previous slide, the constriction of the bronchial muscles. What will be the cause of the asthma? It could be caused because of any infection, emotional conditions such as stress, uh, excitement, exercise, pet, seasonal changes like pollen, spring. Some drugs such as aspirin or beta blocker are also responsible for uh, asthma. That is why beta blocker has been contraindicated in asthma, and we discussed this thing in our previous lecture as well. So what will be the pathogenesis of asthma? The main thing in the pathogenesis of asthma is the production of IgE, and it is known as immunoglobulin E. And when an allergen enters into the body, the IgE will be produced first, and that IgE will bind to the mast cell that is present in the body, and that is after that it triggers some mediators such as histamine, tryptase, prostaglandins, leukotrienes, and these mediators is responsible for airway remodeling, and this is the initial phase. In late phase, what will happen that the allergen also produce lymphocytes, which this phase is known as delayed phase. And in that delay phase, the production of more mediators such as intraleukotrienes and tissue necrotic factors, and that is also responsible for these intraleukotrienes responsible to produce more uh, mediators, and then at the end it can rupture the blood vessels and the leakage will be occur, and it further worsens the asthma.